Right, time for one of those incredibly popular stock market updates. So let's kick off with it. Where are we, the S&P 500? Well, look, you're going to get an up week sooner or later because you can't keep on getting down weeks. That up week is going to suck people into buying because the pressure still seems downwards. I don't see that having eased off enough as things stand. All right, obviously, you look at the MACD at the bottom over here, you look at the stochastic, it suggests whilst we might get as I say, a bit of a bear trap, you might call it, and an up week, it won't just be a V-shaped move back up. All right, I'd probably say 60% continues to fall, 40% rises, and we'll review this every week given the nature of the markets. Apple, as you know, they had their earnings. So this doesn't reflect bang up to date live prices. I'm recording this on the 28th of April. And, well, are we going to break below this low that you can see here? I don't know. I certainly think that that's more likely the conversation to be had than that we're just going to keep rising. But you can see it moves in these sort of waves, upward waves, down, up. So I hold Apple, and I don't have a problem with it because if it does go lower, and it may well do that, then I think the upward trend is still in place. So I'm not worried. I'm not trying to pick it from a week to week basis. Microsoft I also own. You can see it's bottoming out more there, and this does look like a base. It looks like 280 will hold, and Apple will be a similar story most probably. Maybe it'll continue going sideways before it goes back to 32 and 36 and all the rest of it, and that might take to the end of the year, might even happen next year. But certainly for the moment, I don't mind holding it. You might say, well, why are you holding it if you think it's just going to go maybe sideways, might rise a little bit? Well, because in this kind of market environment, I'd rather have the safety of slightly lower volatility in a good quality company than not be in the market at all. Where are we with Amazon? Again, to give some kind of bellwether, as they call it. But again, we seem to have found a base here as well for it. And if that's the case, and we've sold off a fair bit, then it should start moving back up to a next target of around the 32-ish. However, and there is a big however, it did miss some targets. Does that mean it's going to go closer to 24? Too early to tell. I'll have to see what happens with the market before we decide. Is it a company that I wouldn't want to own? No, I do own it, and I'd continue to want to own it. Meta and Facebook, people have asked, look, it's fallen so much, and you can see how it's pretty much halved in price. Had a bit of a move up because of subscriber numbers. Honestly, all of that, whether it's subscriber numbers or anything else, none of that's the truth in the sense that those numbers are true, but it's really the market will pick what it wants to pick and decide whether it wants to be positive on it or not. Is it ready to be positive on it? Is it ready to say, okay, we've sold it off a bit now, time to go back up? I'm going to watch and see. Do I own it? Yes, because it's a big cash-rich, massive company. Would I say there's a special strategy to be had that it can go from these levels back to there, which means 100% return over what time frame? A year, 2 years, 3 years? Even 100% return in 3 years is fine. Do I think that that's feasible within 3 years? It goes back up there. I think that's in the realms of possibility. What possibility would I put to it? 30% chance, 33% chance of 100% return in 3 years. I think I'm basing that on experience and what I can see in front of me. But in the short term, what would I say? I just think it's more likely to go higher than lower in the short term. I think it's more likely to go higher, but not massively higher that you've got some kind of easy money on it. I don't think it's going to be easy money. I think it's more likely to go higher than lower, but I don't think it's going to be a no-brainer. Costco, the only thing that worries me with this is, and I own it, is we've got a slight move downward here, and it's making higher highs on the price but lower highs on the momentum indicator. That's a bearish sign, and we saw that with the S&P previously, and I warned about it before the S&P fell. So this one could well be looking at going from 550. I mean, 500 is more likely, I think, than anything else. So should I sell it? Well, I'm not looking to trade my investments, and I think even if it did that, given the broader upward trend and solidity of the company, I don't have a problem holding onto it. PayPal, do I think it can triple? I go from where it is now to its all-time highs again within 3 years. Yeah, I think there's a 50% probability in 3 years it'll go from where it is now to tripling, i.e. where it used to be. You might think I'm nuts, in which case Your shorter term 12-month view might be, well, have we hit a base? That's the first question to ask, and it looks like we have. I don't think there's much downside risk from here, so I might add to my PayPal position for that reason. If you want to learn more about investing, and you'll have seen from what I've said to you, 99% of it is saying, well, I don't know, so I'm going to stay clear, or I don't know, therefore I'm not going to take an action on this. That's actually how investing is. We have to recognize that. So if you want to read my book on investing, from my experiences at Bloomberg TV, my Financial Times columns, all for free, and you want to see some more videos and so on, just go to campaignfor1million.com and you'll find all that information over there. Enjoy.